Okay. Turn me up a little bit. Oh, you know it's about to happen. We all good. We going in. Count it off. 5, 4, 3, 2, go. I'm a real life go-getter, baby. I'm a go-getter. You think it's a game, I ain't playing with them. Face to face, toe to toe with them. No more time for talking. Put them in the coffin. Anybody roll with them. We gon' put that body boom on them. Carolina black and white blue on them. We gon' put that body boom on them. Carolina black and white blue on them. Top chef, yes. Back in the kitchen. Whipping up a dish to kill the competition. Yeah. Intermission over, last back to business. Genie in the bottle gave me 3 wishes. Woo. Wish 1, wish 2. I ain't need a third. Didn't even need a 2. I just kept it on. The powers opposites is in my uniform. And got a mystique to me like a unicorn. Can't you see the hunger in my eyes? I'm staring at the people on the other side. Like I'm walking around with a loaded 45. Finger on the trigger, it could go off in here anytime. Bow, bow. Ain't no warning shot. If you hear that pistol pop, it's a man down. And I tried to tell them last time, but I guess they didn't want to listen. Now listen what they saying now. I'm a real life go-getter, baby. I'm a go-getter. You think it's a game, I ain't playing with them. Face to face, toe to toe with them. No more time for talking. Put them in the coffin. Anybody roll with them. We gon' put that body boom on them. Carolina black and white blue on them. We gon' put that body boom on them. Carolina black and white blue on them. Simple as it might seem, it's a complicated situation. You can't handle it if you ain't got the patience. Process of elimination, narrow down, liquidate. Yeah, cleaning up my house for a dinner date. At the dinner table with my dinner plate. Eating 2 steaks, repping 2 states. I think it's time to renovate. I need a bigger space. My own lane on the interstate. Private plane and a...
Hey, we're live on YouTube and Facebook. Thanks for joining us once again. Anthony, Donnie, Anthony, DNA. It's a DNA show, the black and blue running through our veins as usual, baby. Thanks for joining us. And we got ourselves a topic that is of the hot nature. The Southern heat. Put the Southern heat on it, baby. And today we're comparing 2 people. Joe Burrow versus Cameron, what do you call him, Donnie?
Cameron Jarrell
Newton. So, hey, first off, congratulations to the Bengals. They made it they were the Cinderella team type team, underdogs, made it all the way, almost had it. Shout out to them. And that is kind of the very subject we're talking about. Joe Burrow praised for everything, you know, but Cameron Jarrell put down for everything. He's the sole reason of the Super Bowl 50 loss, but Joe Burrow's not. They had similar. Actually, Cam threw for more passing yards. Not many. It was only like 3 yards. So they basically had the same amount of passing yards in their Super Bowl. Cam had less to work with, in my opinion, and did his thing. So that's what we wanted to talk about. We wanted people to call in, talk about it a little bit, explain your side. And I've already had Donnie's permission here, so I didn't want to get personal. But on Donnie's personal Facebook, he shares his thoughts on things. And so, do you mind if I read it, sir? Just kind of to see where everybody knows where your head's at, where I'm headed.
Yeah. Oh no, it's good for conversation. Yeah.
LG3. Hey, don't raise her like that. LG3, LG2 in the comments said, Audra said, "Look, Dad, the Yucky Panthers."
Oh no, Lance.
Do not.
Lance.
How about, okay, I'll make a deal with you. You raise her as a Tar Heel will be okay. How about that? So, and I also posted, I don't want to call just you out, Donnie, but I posted something on my Facebook as well that kind of calls
Yeah.
a little bit of topic. And I'll hit that as well. I'm not just picking on
Yeah.
anything, which I agree with you. So you said, man, what a game! Congratulations to Joe Burrow and the Bengals. It's the AFC Championship game. Um, is that the right one? That's not the right one. Here it is. Joe Burrow is an unbelievable talent. This is from Donnie's Facebook. One of the worst offensive lines in the league, sacked 9 times a day, and sends his team to the AFC Championship. So that was game before. He and Jamar are going to dominate the AFC for years to come. The LSU dudes always do it big. Donnie's a big LSU fan for college. Excuse my rump. Swig a beer for the working man and for the Panther fan. Because I need a drink for this one. Not for Donnie, for people that I'm sure are going to call in and have an opinion. That's all good. So, you had I won't name this individual, but you had a conversation with someone in the comments. The guy says Joe Burrow is the Cam Newton we all needed. Oh boy. Donnie Brown says, yeah, man, I think Joe is a once in a generational kind of talent. It's rare to see a quarterback get sacked 9 times and still put his team in position to win a game in which he sends his team to the AFC Championship game. Makes me sad because we could have given Cam more receiving weapons like the Bengals did with Joe, which could have allowed Cam to show his full potential. I think Joe's equipped better as a passer than Cam, which allows him to make more plays with his arm behind bad offensive lines. Joe Burrow and Russell Wilson are extremely talented players to play at such a high level and take their teams to the playoffs with such bad offensive line play. Guy says back to you. I'm just curious. I like a good debate. That's what we're here for today. And at the same time, being respectful. Please do. And how come Joe Burrow gets praised by you for being sacked 9 times and winning, but it's not Cam Newton's fault for losing the Super Bowl against the Broncos? He was sacked 6 times, I believe, threw a pick and lost a fumble. Donnie, your last response here, which is, I agree with you, sir. Kind of a long one, so bear with us. Good question. For me, as the organization knew, Cam was never a pure pocket passer. I'm sure you and many others would agree on that. With that being said, I don't think we were prepped to play against a defense of that caliber, Broncos. For instance, the Broncos had a top-tier pass rush and a top-tier secondary. For Cam not being able to use one of his most lethal weapons, which is his running ability, he then needed to get his receivers involved. Unlike Joe, Cam didn't have the pleasure of throwing to a once-in-a-generational kind of talent like Jamar Chase and 2 solid receivers like T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd. In order to win a game like that with a bad O-line, you got to have the personnel to accommodate for the lack of O-line production. Cam was thrown to a set of kick/punt returns and an old washed veteran receiver who was
Jericho Cotry.
Thanks, sir. Lost my place. Greg Olsen was a phenomenal weapon, but for the most of that game, Cam's primary receiver, who was a tight end, was used as an extension to the offensive line for a lot of that game, which after watching the film, you're right about that. Chipping their defensive ends, pass rushing, having late releases in the route, etc. In conclusion, Cam isn't without some blame, but isn't the main reason we lost that game. I blame the organization for not providing our young quarterback with good, solid receivers to help accommodate for such a horrible offensive line. I think that was a phenomenal point, sir. Phenomenal. So
Appreciate that.
good take, and I agree. There was a difference.
It was a great question that the individual asked. That's a good question. I mean,
yeah, and he's been fair, and yeah, I like that.
Yeah, of course, I like that. Yeah,
good for him. But shout out to that young man. I won't name his name. I don't want to do that, but for sure, sir.
Shout out to the young man.
And also, I put something out there myself, and we'll tackle one thing at a time, but just to get everybody's brain to where this podcast is going to be about this live here, which thank you for joining so far. So something I put out there, if I can ever get to it. And it was on Valentine's Day, so I started off with it's Valentine's Day, so I'm sure y'all love this. So, I'll say it here. So Burrow, he dressed nice. He dressed real nice. Yeah. Burrow dressed to impress. The whole world was, Joe Burrow's a cool guy. Right on, Joe. You're swagalicious. Cam Newton, he dressed to impress. Got his hair, got the hat, the hair coming out the top. Got turtlenecks. Looked like a good young man. But the whole world was like, oh, he's selfish. All you do is think about yourself dressing up like that. Why the difference? Burrow, he was sacked 7 times this past Super Bowl. And the world has done great job, Joe. Almost had him. You got to fix that. We fix that O line and get you some help. You're gonna win this thing. So not all blame there. But Cam, he was only sacked 6 times, one less. I understand. But the whole world was like, "It's all your fault, Cam. Why didn't you do more? You should have fell on that fumble. Doesn't matter if the O line helped because you risk your knees and your body once again to do this thing. You risk it all." And big difference there. So, and lastly, Burrow was not interviewed directly after the game like Cam was. And then, of course, yeah, he walked out, but Burrow was never even put in a situation like that. So I wonder why the difference in all of that, the Super Bowl loss, the way they dress, the different, all that stuff. Why are they so treated so different and not held to the same standard and the whole thing? Your thoughts, sir? Cheers.
It's
How long you got, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, we'll approach an avenue that it's a pretty obvious elephant in the room. He's sitting over there in the corner. No, so it's like, we had this conversation one of the few lives ago we had. It's like,
and real quick, I'll open the phone lines here soon. Let Donnie speak, and I'll open the phone lines. You guys can call in. But sorry to interrupt you, sir. Go ahead.
I was taken away in a moment. I mean, I was impressed. When you told me you posted it on Facebook, man, I was impressed that you put it in that perspective because not a lot of people are going to see it that way. Everyone's so gung ho and so all in on Cam being selfish, but I just don't see it. Everyone's like, well, Aaron Donald was on that defensive line. He had to go against arguably the greatest interior defensive lineman ever played, which he is.
Sure.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But imagine all that the Broncos had and a stacked secondary. It wasn't just Jalen Ramsey they had.
Mm-hmm.
They had Keith Talib, Chris Harris Jr., TJ Ward over the top, Darian Sword over the top. So what are you really gonna do? Like at least Joe had a fight chance in that game that he played.
Yeah. They had great receivers.
And they did a hell of a job. They did a hell of a job,
yeah,
man.
Sure.
They're a good young football team. But that's the difference because there was more to work with. I mean, what run game did Cam have?
Yeah.
But so when you're throwing, and Jamar Chase might be one of the greatest, and I'm not saying this to be biased, for him to be his age, he's only 22, playing at a high level the way he's playing. God, heaven forbid, he gets injured. I hope he doesn't, man. I can't wait to see him play. When you're in a situation like that where you have that superb of a talent, that gives you a lot more confidence at quarterback. Yeah, Kelvin Benjamin would have technically been on the team, but what difference would he, what would he have made? I think. So for me, go ahead, sir.
No, I interrupt you. Go ahead.
No. So when you look at the conversation, I know someone's going to pose the question. Well, Joe Burrow is only in his second season. He did it, and for granted, that's fantastic. But look what Cam always had to play with on the offensive side of the ball to get there. Why can we not look at the journey that it took for him to get there with the lack of talent at the receiver position? Not Greg Olsen, because Greg Olsen is a once in a generation kind of talent. You were going to hate me for saying that. It's honest. It's honesty. Why not appreciate Cam's body of work to get there with that subpar talent at receiver? Everyone's like, guess what? He did it all the way up to that point. Yeah, because when you're finally matched up with the best defense in football, of all of football, I think that year. I think, in my opinion, they were the first best defense that year. And obviously, I think we were the second best, but they could honestly stop you in any way they wanted to. They could take away your run game. They took away Cam's running ability by having some of those fast outside linebackers get outside. Cornerbacks to press and to threaten your subpar receivers all game and make you get open and meet, and make Cam, who isn't a pure passer at quarterback. I've never made that argument. To make Cam beat you by just only with his arm, with subpar talent.
I agree.
Well, it's you got to look at his body, appreciate Cam's body of work. And as far as the dressing thing, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Everyone was so, so I'm gonna have to say it, man. It's a little obvious. I mean, Joe Burrow is a white guy. He's more marketable in that sense. It makes him likable to a lot of people. And then they look at Cam, like, man, humble, honest, talented, smart, handsome black man, they don't like that shit. And he's
think-
outspoken to a quarterback.
I think he just said that on that. Cam has a famous, not famous. He has an interview that he just did with an Instagram model, Brittany Reiner. It's a good interview. And he kind of touched on that a little bit, where he said, "Oh, you're African American quarterback. You're supposed to act. Wait a minute, you're supposed to act this way. You're supposed to do this way." And when he didn't, he lost a lot of people. So it's not right. Yeah. And me and Donnie hate to talk that subject. It's just because we love everybody. We just hate the subject in general. Yeah, not that we won't talk about it, but just it's hard to say. But yeah, I believe so. Real quick, I wanted to. So I had an exchange too with when I was comparing the two in my Facebook post, and I won't name this person either. But only reason I'm even saying what was said in these posts is just to kind of show and see where everyone's head's at, because there's more than just this person and the person that talked to you that believe that same way. So I just wanted to kind of put it all out there. So this person said to me, about comparing the two. How come Joe Burrow's treated this way, Cam Newton's treated this way? Real quick, Scotty Boy in the chat says, did they do background checks on the kids Cam handed footballs to? That's funny. LG2 says, Eli Apple, defensive player of the year. Last thing, LG2 said, can be sharp. We all know what the issue really is, no matter how you try to paint the picture. I agree. And that's a lot coming from you, sir. So, but yeah. That's part of it. I think there's more than just that, but it's part of it. We'll get into it. But anyway, I want to touch on what this person said back to me. So he says, Cam stole laptops. Joe did not. Cam and family took a bag of cash to transfer. As of yet, don't think Joe did. Cam was a star player for a long time with loads of accolades. Time's up, not for Joe. NFL careers are generally short. People like Brady are a crazy exception. Most people aren't the same kind of athlete in their 30s as they're in their 20s. More knowledgeable, typical, but athleticism changes. There really isn't a great comparison here between the two other than the circumstances. Two guys played the Super Bowl a decade apart. They both play same position and both lost. Love you, man, but Cam is an old subject. And I say back to him, all of that has absolutely zero to do with why the world treated the two different in the exact same situation. I'm not talking about primes or playing ability. Simply why the two were treated so different. In 1, appearance, 2, in their Super Bowl performance. Not who's better. Trust me, this wasn't a Cam can still play post or Cam is better than Joe. Just observation on how Panthers quarterback was always unfairly treated. He says to me, I don't think he was. Exciting player, but he brought a lot of heat on himself. I actually thought a few years ago he should have been the quarterback for the Rams. Would put him in a town where big personalities fit and better than Charlotte. I think he fits here just fine. But we can say this is racism if we want. I just do not really see it that way here. Joe's everyone's favorite currently. He's a fun kid. I don't think Cam was unfairly anything. His personality is now bigger than his ability. Not true. I don't agree with that. You walk into a situation Cam walked into and see what happens. There was a time when his abilities outshined the personality, but those days have been gone since his first go around in Charlotte. He was a big star when he was performing like a big star. Okay? So then I say to him, so you're going back to his playing ability again. Stick with why the difference simply of what they wear in just the Super Bowl performance and the decision to stick cameras in his face immediately after the bigger loss of his career. I'm not going to address your abilities comment because that's a whole other discussion, which I don't like switching subjects when we're trying to talk about one thing. And his troubled past, he's admitted to it and he served his time and he uses it as a learning experience and appreciates his second chance at life. I admire that. I think it's unfair to hold that against him the rest of his life. We don't keep calling drug users crackheads after they have used and got clean for many years, but treat people who have had troubled past and came back to use it for good. It's similar to Cam and his charity work and stuff in Charlotte. Then I'll tell him to, watch our podcast. Thank you. He says one more thing that I don't really respond to, but he said, I just don't think there was any planned effort to make Cam look bad. I think he did some of that on his own. Also, I don't remember the moment you're talking about, and I doubt many do. Oh, yeah, everybody remembers him walking out of the Super Bowl press conference. That's all they damn talk about. I'm not sure why Burrow wasn't immediately interviewed, but could that be NBC went to the Olympics so fast they really don't do much of a rap? I work in TV, and that maybe, but their Super Bowl is gone. That's in America.
Yeah, that outdoes the Olympics.
I think they. I don't think they would
Sorry,
cut away from
I
the
didn't
Super
mean to
Bowl.
step in your realm and say bullshit.
No, yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Me personally, being outside of TV, I think they'd find a way to do it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Those interviews.
You're
Everyone
talking-
wants to know what the hell's on everyone's mind after the game. I think.
Yeah. And so either way, I think it's fine to immediately interview someone who makes millions and do those interviews, part of the job. But I could also see Sam seeking out cameras more than Joe. Both they do like to dress fancy. He's not seeking out anything. Anyway, so that I just read that just to kind of, because I'm sure he's not the only one that feels that way and has that opinion. So not calling him out personally, just kind of painting a broad picture here. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and open up the phone lines. There you go. You want to call in and give us your take on Joe Burrow and Cam Newton at the bottom of your screen. 910-912-7545. Call in, man, and tell us what you think. Why is it they treat us so differently, or do you think they're not treated differently? You think Joe Burrow is what it is, and there's no difference there. Cam just sucks. Joe's good. Joe's good, or Joe sucks. Cam's good. Well, whatever. Tell us what you're thinking. There won't be no disrespect here. There won't be no. We're not going to get rowdy and all that stuff. Of course, we like a good debate, and we'll get passionate. We love the Panthers, and we love Cam. But call in and do your thing. We're here to talk. But yeah, there is, and in the future, me and Donnie, we're going to do a Super Bowl 50 breakdown, play-by-play, and show you that, because we've already done it, we just haven't put it on tape yet, but we're going to show you that it was not Cam's fault. I can already tell you right now. So every time there was a mistake, we marked it. We said, all right, it's this person messed up, mark, that's on him. And Cam did end up with the second most ticks by our subject, but you got to realize there's one quarterback. Each the offensive lineman as a whole had like over 20 ticks, when Cam had like 7 or something. But individually, he was the second most. But the whole offensive lineman had like 20 altogether. The offensive line is a unit where there's only one quarterback. So everything that no matter what it is, it's all on him. Where the unit, the offensive lineman is, like I said, at 20. There's false start. Oh, and we counted 6 drop passes by his receivers. 6. So
returns and kick returners.
Yeah. So there was a lot. Should he have fell on that fumble? Sure, we'll give you that. Yeah, sure. But you also got to think. We had a call our first time. We had a caller that called in and said to us, "It doesn't matter." I said, "Well, why did he fumble the ball to begin with?" The offensive lineman gave up that, and he made it fumble. He was going deep to help me, sir. Was it Jen? No. Funches. Funches. He was going deep to.
Yeah.
He was going deep to Funches. And we had a caller, our second caller ever, called in and said, it doesn't matter. No, it does matter. It does matter. How can you say that somebody that he gave up a sack, the whole reason why he fumbled, if he'd have held his block, he wouldn't have fumbled. He'd have completed that pass in the drive. Yes, it does matter. It does fucking matter. It matters a lot. That's the whole reason he fumbled. Should he have fell in that fumble? Sure. Yeah, sure. I think what he was trying to do, if you go back and look, because his knees bent in, because I think he was trying to scoop it and go, because it was 3rd and 15. So he's trying to do everything he can to do it. And I think at the last second, he sees that hand, he jumps back. I don't know why. You'll have to ask Cam Newton. I don't have his phone number. The number you say at the bottom is to us, not the fucking Cam. So, so sorry, I'm just getting passionate. But no, that dude, he's not to blame for that whole thing. Why does everyone blame him? But Joe Burrow, the exact same stats. He threw a touchdown. That's the only difference. But Joe gets this praise. You almost had him, young man. But Cam is like, it's all your fault. It's the whole reason. You didn't fall in that phone. That's the whole reason you lost.
Well, let's
you need to go back and look at it. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, no, you're good. First off, again, I want to apologize for.
Cheers.
I've never been in TV. I didn't want to say bullshit.
No.
I feel like that was a back door. Me personally. So I'm not trying to step in your realm. So I talk about that. Secondly, why can't people appreciate the fucking body of work it took for Cam to get to the Super Bowl with his number one receiver going out, a support offensive line, aka them tackles. I mean, you can't. I mean, just think about it. Just put this in the context: 6 drop balls in the biggest game of your life.
Biggest game.
Biggest game by far. The Super Bowl is the biggest game anyone's ever going to play in their NFL career, no doubt. So when you put that into perspective and say, okay, there were 6 missed opportunities that could have changed the fucking game.
Yeah.
Because guess what?
That's just off of drops.
You drop. Absolutely. See, what people people love to see Cam's failure just because he, like I say, he's a big personality. He's confident. When you're a confident guy, you're an outspoken guy, that's going to come with a lot of heat, backlash. But if you're a football fan or if you're a football realist, sit back and say, okay, this man accounted for 45 touchdowns, and he took a team. By the way, let me touch on this. What happened to Jericho Cottrey after that? Fucking retired, and he was a subpar. He was a journeyman, fucking journeyman. Ted Ginn, kick returner, fucking Philly Brown, kick returner. Brent Burson, who the fuck's that? Who the fuck is Brent Burson? Give me a fucking rundown about Brent Burson. See, and that's the thing, like, and that's what I applaud Cincinnati for, because they surrounded. See, the argument in Carolina was always we never had a secondary when Cam was there, and we never had fucking receivers. Yeah. Devin Funchess, okay, you're going to give me Devin Funchess. Well, guess what? What happened after Devin Funchess left Carolina? I hadn't heard a fucking peep from him. I don't even think he's played a snap. He may have like two or three fucking catches.
And don't give us an almost 40-year-old Steve Smith either.
Yeah, well, and on top of that, Cam didn't even get a chance to play with Steve Smith fucking long enough. So, and Steve Smith went to have on some two or three great years after he left Carolina. Yeah. So he can still play. They cut the leash on Cam and Steve. He still went and had fucking 2 or 3 great seasons after he left. So
go ahead.
No, I'm just saying when you put everything and you take put everything in perspective and take a step back. A guy who struggled to make the toughest that's what everyone says. So don't fucking try to change it now if anyone wants to change it. It's always been Cam can't throw the football. Cam sucks as a quarterback. He sucks as a passer. And okay, well, let's use that argument against you. This man, as a subpar passer, as I've heard some people tell me, a subpar passer of the football, took a team full of subpar weapons to the fucking biggest game of their lives.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that came back and bit us in the ass. 6 motherfucking drops. Yeah. Okay. But all this falls back, and I'm gonna let you get to your point. All this falls back. 6 sacks. Exactly. So this all falls into the context.
Can't blame a quarterback for getting sacked. Good Lord. Can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like he was holding on to the ball for long. Yeah. I mean,
and real quick, had he fell on that fumble, you know what it would have been? It'd have been 4th and 15, 4th and maybe longer, 4th and 20. And guess what we'd have done? Punted. All right, I already know your argument there, people. Well, you punt, they're farther away from the end zone, and it's harder to score. Let me tell you, the way that game was going, defense tired. Maybe they could have made a stop. And I don't blame the defense there, but at the end of the day, it's the biggest game of your life. It sucks. I think when they turned it over, they were on the 30 or 40 going their way. They're on Carolina's 30 or something like that. They were close. Because of the fumble. Defense still has to got to do their job too. So again, not all Cam's fault. Cam don't play fucking defense. I know he's handsome, he's tall, he's big, he's 6'5", 260. He could be a defensive end because he's that damn good, but he ain't. He's the quarterback. He's throwing the ball.
At the end of the day, your weapons have to play together as a team. So
bingo.
One of the most essential pieces to an offense, aka that being an offensive line, when that shit fucking crumbles, you saw what happened to Joe. He, like I said, he put up a hell of a fucking performance against a very stacked defensive line. Sure. But you see what the fuck happens on the main stage, and I get it. People are like, well, Donnie, you congratulated him on making it there. Yeah, but you and I have also had the conversation, Anthony. Guess what? You can only get so far. And if Joe would have won it, great for him. But guess what? That Joe's talent took them there. Obviously, we can't deny that. Joe and Jamar Chase and their ability to scheme well took them there. But there's always that one. There's always that one in the season that can fucking take you out. Just like the fucking Patriots, they were 16-0. Yeah. They fucking choked on the main stage. It's all about how you're matched up. And for Cam, and for Joe and them, their lack of offensive line finally bit them in the ass, man. So let's put that into perspective, man. Like, I don't know. I hate hearing about the Cam walking out of the interview thing. That's fucking bullshit. Imagine people in your first off, before I say this, it's his job. This is what the fuck he's supposed to do. Blah 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 blah. Whatever. Imagine cameras being in your face, just asking you fucking questions.
Yeah, you say that.
Don't ask questions.
You wouldn't be able to do. You say that, but you wouldn't be able to do that. You wouldn't be able to do that shit. I hate that excuse. Well, that's part of the job. Okay, well, you say that shit like it's easy, but like I think I seen John Cena was out. This is a different subject, but this is the only thing I can think of at the moment. John Cena was out just shopping. Somebody's in his face. Oh, hey, it's John Cena. You know, it's doing a selfie with him. He's like, oh yeah, thank you. And they're like, thank you for what? And he said, thank you for asking to take a picture with me. Everybody in the comments is like, oh well, he's a famous wrestler. He needs to be prepared for that. No. You're disrespecting him as a man. He can't just roll up on somebody in there, and I don't care who they are. You can just see we're so infatuated with celebrities that we think we can just run over them like that, and that's what they do to Cam, man. We think people think they can talk and treat him any way they want.
Even
But
fucking kids. Even fucking
yeah,
kids. And everyone was
yeah,
laughing at that fucking kid. But God forbid let that happen to Joe Burrow. How dare that disrespectful ass kid say that to Joe Burrow? Get
say it
the
again.
fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of here.
yeah,
It's like I said, just put it into perspective and just think about it. It's not that hard. Like I said, Joe Burrow might end up having a better career than Cam. I can't deny that because Joe has what a lot of people don't have at quarterback. Not just Cam. He has what a lot of people don't have at quarterback.
sure.
He's got that fucking he's got that ability to just stand in there and make tough throws and get the ball out quick. Whereas, you know, some other quarterbacks just can't. I ain't just talking about Cam. Like, for instance, like, look at the way people treat Lamar Jackson. They make fun of him. They fucking call him a running back.
He's a running back, yeah.
It's bullshit. Yeah, it's bullshit. Like, so, but like I said, let the shoe have been on the other foot and let a kid have said that to a Joe Burrow or a Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. Oh, that disrespectful little fucking punk, this and that. You know how the game goes, man. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
Like I
Cam
said,
has just done.
Cam's
he's just done so much for the city of Charlotte and for us. And
as a human being,
you don't see us talking this way about Jimmy Clausen. Not even Jake Delhomme, much as I love me some Jake Delhomme. Sam Darnold, PJ Watt, all the past quarterbacks. We don't talk about this way because they didn't do what Cam did. It was more than just football. Man, he took this city. Yeah, he made an impact with children.
Got the kids involved in the game of football. That's one of the most biggest things. Is like handing a football to a kid. How could you be selfish? A selfish man doesn't give a football away.
He had to pay for that every time. You don't just get to hand footballs away.
Absolutely,
you get fined for that.
He's had probably $1 million over in fines just for handing out footballs. So
he can afford it. Yeah, sure, but he don't owe that to nobody.
No,
he did out of his heart.
I remember 2 or 3 times where a kid literally fucking cried when they got the football. That changes a kid's day, man. That changes
life.
A kid's day.
Life.
Life. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Way to put it in a broader perspective. It's like people got to put this shit in a broader perspective. Stop. Okay, everyone's easy to bite on the media and taking that bait and picking on Cam all the time. Okay, so Aaron Rodgers, for instance, like you have people backing him, and I'm not saying as a quarterback, Aaron Rodgers and Cam are similar, but they're big personalities, right? Yeah. Like, you know, I don't know, man. Everyone like laughs at the shit he does about the whole COVID thing, like, but let Cam have done that piece of shit, self-centered motherfucker. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody will bring up the woman thing when he talked about routes and stuff like that. I think that was a mistake. He shouldn't have said it. It was kind of distasteful. I don't think he meant it the way we took it, but at the end of the day, shouldn't have said it. Again, paid for it. Got dropped by a bunch of sponsors. Apologize for it. And when someone apologizes to you, you got to move on. You got to say, we forgive you and move on. And there's nothing more you can do about it. Now, like I said, people who used to be on drugs, literal crackheads, we don't. And when they go and get clean and they make a difference in other people's life, we don't keep saying, "Yeah, but you just smoke crack, though." No, it's not. It's not right, man. It's just not right. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Let me put it to you in this perspective. What did the fans do when Sam Darnold came back in the game this year?
Booed.
His first game back of that. Was Cam ever booed in Carolina?
Ooh, good point. Good point.
That speaks fucking volumes because I've seen a lot of people boo their quarterbacks. I've seen a lot of people talk shit about their quarterbacks constantly.
Yeah.
We're the minority in this situation as far as our support for Cam. There's not a lot. Now, some players have come out and spoke highly about Cam.
Yeah.
But outside of that, man, it's everyone likes to shit on him. Like, take a look. We're a small market football team.
And why is my question? Why? But go ahead.
No, it's a good question. But like, just think about a small market football team, prior to Cam getting there, we had some great players walk through. Steve Smith, Jake Delhomme, Julius Peppers, the long list of players. I mean, Kevin Green played in Carolina.
Yeah. The newly inducted Hall of Famers, Samuel Mills.
Sam Mills. There's some greats that have walked in this organization, and we support these players, and and they're not known league wide, but like when a big personality like Cam Newton came to Carolina, I mean, we were in awe of, because we didn't see him as a conceited, self-centered quarterback. He had some immaturity things in his first few, and he's talked about that. But like, seeing people ride, like when we signed Cam again, seeing videos of people ride, you know what I'm saying, with Cam jerseys out, people petitioning for Cam to come back, people threatening to like march and stuff. That speaks volumes, because that man impacted an entire city in 2 states. Selfish and no good motherfuckers don't do that. So just put that in perspective. Put that in perspective.
You're right.
We have backed Cam through everything. I will continue to back him through everything. I'm not saying he's right about every single thing he says or does, but you gotta appreciate that man's body of work. And I hated how unfairly he was criticized at the Super Bowl, and people just make fun of him. I don't like that, because to me that's lame as fuck. I mean, people are preying on his downfall. I really do. They love making memes about him. They even made a fucking radio meme about him. It's fucking bullshit.
It is.
I don't know. It's a touchy subject for me, because I can sit here and have an honest football conversation with you all day about Cam and what could have been, and that's fine. But like when you start like taking it personal, that's why the fuck that. I've had people talk shit like about him to me, and I can tell their intentions by the way they're speaking about him to me, and they're trying to attack him as like not only a football player but as a person. Shit, fuck that. So.
People call in. There's a number there at the bottom of your screen, 910-912-7545, and tell us if you want to just ask a question and hang up. Do that. You want to start a subject and just hang up, that's fine. Or give us your thoughts. Why is he treated so? Why is it so different? Why did Joe Burrow not get blamed as much as Cam Newton did for the Super Bowl? Why is there a difference? Why? The way they
because he didn't have a line, Anthony.
So they both didn't have lines, and they paid for it. At the end of the day.
Joe Burrow's line was worse than Cam Newton's. Joe Burrow's line. Oh man, it's all Cam's fault, man.
Well,
real quick, sir. I hate to cut you off, and I'm gonna let you ride, as Cam's dad would say. How many times was Cam sacked in the Super Bowl?
In the Super Bowl, 6.
Yeah. Okay, and Joe was probably
7.
Joe was
one more. 7.
Yeah. So.
Right.
I'm gonna let that sit. I'm gonna let that sit.
Yeah, basically the same. And they both had the same. Joe's completion percentage was a little better, but they both had the same amount of yards. Actually, technically, Cam had more, only like 3 more yards, but basically the same amount of yards. Only difference is Joe Burrow threw a touchdown. We ran a touchdown in, dropped the Stewart, and that's it. There was no other difference. No other difference.
The same, but one is bad offensive line play, and the other one's Cam sucks.
Yeah. Why? Call in, tell us. Please call in and tell us why. Why?
Small shit, call in.
We can share beer together, damn it. So this is one that we're passionate about.
It makes for good conversation. Yeah. Well, because everyone would mistakenly think that Now Cam is my second favorite player right now. Steve Smith, the very jersey Anthony's rocking, he's my favorite. Steve Smith's
old school
baby. But even though Cam, so it goes like I've said before, it goes Steve, Cam, and Luke. Those 3 guys, when you talk about football, and you try to like attack those guys, there's a lot of feelings attached to that, because those were my heroes growing up. Those were guys that helped change this franchise around. They established football prominence when they were in Carolina. I don't think that's even debatable. Even Julius Peppers and Thomas Davis in there. Those are just a few guys that are just off limits for someone to bash, talk shit about. Because, I mean, I don't know. There's just a lot of I'm passionate about it because, like I said, those guys helped bring me some of the happiest times of my life.
Yeah.
They played so well for a team that I love. They did a lot of work for a city that I love, for a state that I love. So, yeah, man. So, fuck.
I don't understand. Man, this is one that I like to hear people on this one. I want to hear people's thoughts. Playing devil's advocate, whatever. Sorry, I thought I hear my wife. I don't know if she's coming here to tell me something or what.
Well, I'll say this real quick, sir. Also, I mean, one of those touchdowns Joe threw, it was actually should have been an offensive PI.
Oh yeah.
So the game may have been different if it wasn't for that call. But anyway, that's hearsay. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Man,
it's the
like,
same.
we've
We
already
can
made
we
the
can
point.
we can say the same thing about a lot
And I
of
don't
things
hate
in
Joe
our Super
Burrow.
Bowl.
Donnie hates Joe Burrow. I love Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
The
he's an LSU
Tiger.
guy. Yeah, exactly. So
LSU Tiger. But he's in the league now, and guess who's in the league? My Carolina Panthers. And guess what? It's Carolina Panthers over fucking anybody.
yeah, sure. So, but why? Why the difference? Why are they treated so different before their performances in the Super Bowl? For their dressing, the way they dress. Here's another story I'll share with you real quick. I used to be with I ain't gonna call him out. I will call him out. Screw him. I used to be with State Farm Car Insurance, and I went and talked to my agent, and we were talking about things, and I had a Panthers hoodie on, and she said, "Oh, you like the Panthers?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Yeah, I don't really care what you think, but continue. What? What do you got to say?" And so I was like, "Are you not from here?" "No, I'm from here. I like the Green Bay Packers." I was like, "Oh, okay. I like Packers. I like Aaron Rodgers and stuff." And I said, "Well, how come you don't like the Panthers? You're born here, raised here, been here, shop here, you raise your kids here. Why go elsewhere?" And she said, I don't like Cam Newton." I was like, of course. Okay, why?" "Well, he does too much celebration." And I go, "Aaron Rodgers, discount double check. I mean, you work for State Farm. He does this in the end zone. Why can he do that and Cam not do what he does? Why?" "I'll tell you why. You know why." Let's call a spade a spade. And it ain't
That's a hell of a
right.
way to take a fucking sip of beer. I'll be right back, sir. This is my little first piston session. I'll be right back.
Go ahead.
Drink a lot of agua.
I'll hold it down.
Hold down the fort. I'll be right back.
I'll hold it down. So, but yeah, while Donnie's gone, anybody, call in and tell us, why is there a difference? Joe Burrow, the way he's treated, Cam Newton, the way he's treated. There is a difference. You can't deny that. If you want to get into X's and O's, well, the left tackle was better, right tackle this, left tackle that, or even the quarterback position. That's what we're talking about. One of the callers in the past said to us, I said, "Well, why did Cam fumble that ball to begin with? That famous fumble that he didn't sacrifice his body for. Why did he fumble to begin with?" "It doesn't matter," is what he said. "It doesn't matter?" "Oh. Doesn't matter, huh? That doesn't matter if it doesn't block. Cam, you got to hold on to that ball, buddy. All 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shit. If all 11 came in on a blitz, guess what? You better get rid of that ball. Cam, it's on you. It's on your shoulders. You're the quarterback. Be Superman. Your name's Superman. Be Superman." And I'm sure, and I'll ask Donnie this when he comes back. Oh, here he is. The stud is back. Stud McMuffin. Joe Burrow had a bad offensive line. Not as bad as Carolina's. He didn't have a great offensive lineman. Correct. Carolina didn't have good offensive linemen. To me, in my opinion, the worst. They have Jaguars ranked worse than us offensive line, but I don't know. Let's just go ahead and say we had the worst offensive lineman.
Right.
Joe Burrow had a pretty bad offensive line, but not as bad as Carolina's. Well, Donnie, he took them to the Super Bowl. But Cam, he came back. He didn't take them to the Super Bowl. Difference. Explain.
One, coaching.
Yes.
And
Play
what
call.
I mean by coaching, look. So take a look at the way things were ran in Cincinnati compared to Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Cincinnati, they were able to get the ball out quick.
You're good, sir. You look good. They're damn good.
Appreciate it, man. Well, coaching and preparation were just top tier. I think we could agree on that as far as Cincinnati goes. Top tier.
Yeah.
Top fucking tier.
Yep.
And when you have top tier coaching and you have a superb talented quarterback like a Joe Burrow, I think that makes, and of course, some weapons to throw to, some good gadgets to throw to. You could go places, even with a shitty offensive line. There always comes a time when that offensive line just doesn't hold up at the right time.
Yeah.
Look where and now look where we are. But things didn't work in Carolina for Cam because mainly coaching, I think. That's the main reason for me. And you may disagree. That's number one for me because was there talent on that team? Yes. But there also is some guys that should have been playing on the offensive line that didn't play. Brady Christensen, we moved him all around butt fucking left tackle for like the last 3 or 4 games. Why draft a guy that high not to play left tackle?
Yeah.
Why draft Deontay Brown, who was one of the best guards in college, not to play his fucking position?
Yep.
He tried the same motherfuckers out there. Cam played with 6. Let's see. This season, it was up to 16 different combinations of offensive linemen, or quarterbacks that to play with.
Yep.
Tell me why, So, and like I said, I didn't hear everything you said. I came back at the last part of it. But for me, coaching, to just culture. I mean, we had no dogs on the team, really.
No.
Another thing, drop fucking balls. Robbie Anderson, top tier paid receiver, can't get open, can't catch a football.
Yeah. Christian McCaffrey hurt.
Christian McCaffrey hurt, and coach doesn't really know how to live without Christian McCaffrey. He fucking panics if Christian comes out the field.
Yeah.
That's what helped Joe and them a lot too. On top of Joe's superb talent as a football player, as a quarterback, and Zach Taylor did a really good job out there. But at the end of the day, came back and bit us. There's no way Cam was saving the day. No way Cam was saving the day. No way. It was just a dumpster fire before he got there, and I think Rule put that shit together just to save his damn job. Played a big role in it, for him to save his job. But why do you think it happened, though, sir? That's my number one reason why. Bad coaching, lack of preparation. Like I said, I think the talent was there, offensively.
Yeah, you can't ask any quarterback to sit at home half a season and then all of a sudden, oh hey, by the way, we got a spot for you here in Carolina. Come throw these touchdowns, take us to the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Also, people don't realize this is how stupid people are. He's not walking back into the 2015 team, people. Well, Cam did it before. Yeah, but this isn't 2015. And I'm not talking about his playing ability. His playing ability is still there. He can do it. You can't tell me that Cam Newton don't belong he in a top 32 quarterback. And but what I mean by that, there's 32 teams. He belongs on a team. He belongs with us.
Right. As a starter.
Yeah, he belongs with us. But this is home. This is where he needs to be. But
it's a good point.
He did not walk into that Super Bowl 50 team. He walked into something way worse. And not having an off season and all that stuff. They just called him while he was sitting at home. Staying in shape. Sure, we saw that on Instagram. You follow on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
That dude stays in shape. And short sex life is great for Cam. For Cam.
I mean,
he even said it. He said it. So, and then once you get on the field, yeah, it's up to the players to play, yeah. But it's also whatever play he's called, he's got to do. So here it is, 3rd and 10, and they go, oh, it's a play action pass, dump down to a screen. Oh, it's 3rd and 10, by the way. So try to complete it short so you can get 10 yards.
And not just any screen, motherfucking receiver screen.
Yeah. So and Matt Rule blamed him. Matt Rule said, yeah, well, Cam can't do that. He made a bad read there. Hole open, bigger than my. I ain't gonna say. Big old hole open. Here comes a corner, blitzing right at the middle. Cam made the right read, dumped it off the receiver on the screen, and it's a rookie. So it's going to happen. But Marshall missed a key block, very big key block off the DJ Moore, and it didn't go nowhere. And they blame Cam for it, people. Imagine that. Blaming Cam. Imagine.
Well, I wanna touch on something real quick. You made a
But
really good point.
there's a lot of plays like that. So, but go ahead, sir.
No, and I want to let you finish. That's another reason I'm glad you brought that up, because see something like that in the midst of an argument like this, or a topic like this slipped my mind. Yeah, so just think about, for 9 straight weeks, quarterback not touching the football really as a NFL
Player.
starting quarterback.
Mhm.
So he did it in New England, but guess what? That's fucking New England. Okay, so they run a whole different style offense. They have a whole different coaching regime. They have a great coaching regime, obviously. He comes to Carolina, team that's already fucking Mike Ferguson out on his feet, and with no OTAs, with little knowledge of the playbook, with just about zero experience. With zero experience in this fucking offense with Joe Brady, who was actually ended up being fired. What the fuck do you want him to do? What the fuck do you want him to do? Oh, and by the way, behind a bad offensive line and playing behind, or trying to lead a group of, DJ Moore was only our only threat this year at receiver. I'd say. Second best receiver. Our highest paid receiver had like 9 or 10 drops this season. Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. What do you want him to do? And you're fucking insane if you try to say Cam doesn't have it anymore. Look at the game we played against the Washington football team.
Yeah.
Take a look at that film.
Now the Commanders.
Take a look at that film. Yeah, now the Commanders. So take a look at that film and come back to me and tell me what you think.
Yeah. Right.
And that's with probably knowing maybe 50% of the playbook, maybe 50.
Yeah.
You got to think off-season OTAs, mini camp, training camp. All those dates are important, because as a quarterback, you have to soak up the knowledge. You got to know the verbiage. You got to know the scheme.
Yeah.
Guess what? He did. Yeah. He tried to fucking do all that shit and sacrificed his name, his legacy.
Yeah.
Everything to try to save a team that turned his fucking back on him.
Yeah.
Just to get shat on every fucking week. Every week.
Going back to what I said, this is not 2015 that he's walking into, people. It's a brand new team, brand new offensive mind, brand new everything.
Youngest team in the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah. This isn't 2015.
One of the youngest inexperienced coaching staffs in the NFL.
Yeah.
Fuck. How about that?
Yeah. And by that, I don't mean this ain't 2015. Cam can't play like 2015. I think he can. And I know that's a hot take. I know people just probably crumbled in their seat when I said that, but he could. He's in great shape. But because people didn't see it, because people didn't see those numbers.
Fast.
Yeah. You saw what he did his first games back, and then against Washington. And what I don't get, he threw one pick. He threw one pick, and then Matt Rule's like, "Go ahead and sit down, son." What? There's a study. There's a graph out there that I saw. It was basically saying, I'll break it down for you. Basically, the study showed after throwing an interception, who are the top quarterbacks that come back and win or come back and throw a touchdown after an interception? Cam was number 3. Cam was like the third most successful quarterback after throwing an interception. He's got amnesia, really. He forgets about it, moves on, he comes back and throws a touchdown, comes back and scores, he comes back and puts them in the right position. And that's what that graph was showing. I wish I could find it. I thought I saved it to my phone. I don't think I did. But just for this show, I don't believe I did. But he's like the third highest quarterback when it comes to turning things over like that. I could probably find it if I did a deep search there. So, I think I lost you, sir. There you are. You're back.
No, I'm here, sir. Sorry.
I'll just make sure he's all right. Yeah. Anyway, I can't find it right now. But yeah, I don't. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't get it.
We never will. We never will
No.
because we'll know a little bit of it, but we don't.
Yep.
I don't know the psychology behind people's consistent adamant hate for Cam
Yeah.
Newton, but they love Michael Vick.
Yeah. Yeah. That's another thing.
It's
The
because he's
Vic.
faster than Cam.
Yeah, because he's faster than Cam. That's another thing. The exact same call I talked about earlier. He called in and said, "Well, there's a little bit of an eye test. An eye test. An eye test."
Actually, you know what's crazy? I don't think I ever told you this. I was at work the other day, and this guy played basketball at Virginia Tech. Real nice guy. He was there when Mike Vick was there. I said, "Hey man," I said, "I'm about to ask you something. Would you agree with me that Cam is a better football player than Michael Vick?" He's like, "Oh, absolutely, 100%." He said, "Cam is the greatest dual threat quarterback we've ever seen." Now, to some people, they may not like that, but Cam brings all that. Cam brings a different element. He brings size.
All they hear is greatest in quarterback. That's not what we're saying. We're saying greatest dual threat quarterback.
Dual threat quarterback, absolutely. I mean,
let's name them all. Name them all if you can think of them. Well, not all, but name a good group of dual threat quarterbacks in the history. Kaepernick, Cam, who else?
Randall Cunningham.
Randall.
Probably throw Donovan McNabb in there too.
Yeah.
Donovan ran a little bit. Steve Young is another one of those.
Young, yeah.
Cam actually surpassed his stats as far as quarterback. Most of them. Josh Allen's to me. I think Josh Allen's a dual threat quarterback. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying Cam's better than Josh Allen, but for the most part, I probably should throw Josh Allen there because when I think about dual threat, I'm thinking like design runs.
Yeah, they're designed to run because Kaepernick really did it with his when he was dual threat.
He and Cam were faces of the league at one point.
Just because they can run doesn't mean they're dual threat. I'm gonna put that out there.
Right. Yeah. They actually have read options and plays designed for them.
Yeah, because Russell Wilson can run, but he doesn't. They don't design that. Aaron Rodgers
and
can
of course
run.
Mike Vick. So you throw Mike Vick in there. You throw Steve Young in there. You throw Randall Cunningham in there. You throw Kaepernick in there.
Yeah.
Pretty solid group quarterbacks, man.
Cam's done it. He's done it all. And done it all.
Yeah, I mean he's won an MVP and he's took some par talent to the biggest stage of them all.
Doesn't get
that I
enough
respect
credit.
so much, and has beat some great teams in his time in Carolina. But like I said, all that's going to be overlooked because people don't see the bigger picture in it. They just see Cam. They think he's hateable. They overlook some of the great things he's ever done. He's actually a very clutch quarterback too. He's like up there. He's up there amongst like some of the best as far as like bringing his team back to win in those big games. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. No. Fuck Cam Newton, man. Fuck. That's all we're gonna hear. Cam, he's a bitch. I've heard all that shit. I've had so many people tell me, and it fucking makes me sick to my stomach. Oh yeah, I stopped being a Carolina Panthers fan because of Cam Newton.
Why?
When's the last time I went to the Super Bowl? That's what I always ask somebody. Says, okay, so when's the last time I went to the Super Bowl? 2004. Well, so how long did it take us to get back there? And who took us there?
Yeah.
Fuck. Right?
Almost did it a couple times.
Yeah, exactly.
With less.
Exactly.
Even less.
He about did it with a 7-1 record.
Yeah.
Fuck. And by the way, that year he played with a shoulder injury and he had a fucked up back from that truck accident he had.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. He's been injured a lot of his career, which is no fault to him. A lot of people say, well, he runs too much. You give me a break. The offensive line. Because how many times
he's been sacked in the pocket?
Exactly. And when Cam does run, this tells me that people don't watch. This right here tells me people don't watch. I hate Sports Center watchers. Oh, yeah. Did you watch the game? Yeah, I saw it on Sports Center. Well, you saw maybe 5 plays tops then. Shut your mouth. You didn't watch nothing. Me and Donnie watch every play, every snap. We even watch the commercials. So, what would you do for Klondike? So, I'd do anything for a blonde. I can't even say it.
Kanye motherfucking West.
So what was I saying? Oh yeah, every time he has ran with the ball, he slides. There's been times where he's took people on head on in the goal line because he's trying to score, which is a big difference. But when he takes off, he's usually sliding. So and that whole like, well, he runs too much, so it's his fault he got hurt. Are you really running out of things to blame Cam? He's hurt all the time because he runs. Man, huh?
It's fucking. It's a cloudy day outside, man. It's fucking rain, man. Fucking Cam Newton's the reason why it's fucking rain. It's what the fuck he's wearing. That was some bullshit, man. Like I said, some of the things this man has done is truly remarkable, and I hate that the future generation will never get a chance to really see it from a football perspective,
Yeah.
and from a non. When you watch Sports Center, you get a small glimpse of shit. When you watch play by play, and you actually get to watch greatness in front of you, because I don't care what anyone says, Cam is a great player.
Yeah.
Great player. You appreciate what you're watching. Like, for instance, I always say that play against the Patriots had nowhere to go but made something happen.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucking crazy what he's done. And I'll put it to you like this: I've had this conversation with you. I've had it with some of my mutual friends, or our mutual friends, and some of my good friends. If you ever want to blame Cam Newton for a game, if you ever want to blame him for a game or say, man, fucking Cam sucks, watch the game that we played the New Orleans Saints in 2017 wild card game. You talk about putting a fucking team on his back and they still fucking let him down.
Yeah.
Watch that fucking game, and I pray. All right, so
yeah, I remember.
service announcement. Public service fucking announcement. If you hate Cam Newton and you don't think he's a good football player, and you think he's selfish, and you think that he's fucking subpar as an overall player, tune into that fucking. It's on YouTube actually. Full game. You can find a full game. You can watch player highlights. Watch that 2017 NFC wildcard game against New Orleans and fucking New Orleans, and watch a fucking group of men let their fucking leader down, even though the leader did everything but give him a fucking layup. Gave him a fucking layup. Putting passes
right on the money.
On a fucking Skrilla, that cash money, man. What the fuck?
I think afterwards, you and I called you, and then we three-way Nelson and Nelson, Carter, right at center. We care for you.
Fucking, and I actually think he ended up finishing that game with a concussion. I think he was concussed in that game. It still fucking took his team to the very last play of the game, only to be let down by two people. Devin Funchess.
I'm going to look up that game stats right now.
Unfucking believable how well he played that game. That's probably my favorite game from him because that showed his true talent. And show what he could truly do with with the lack of talent. I mean, he's done it many times before, but that game, man, my heart broke for him because it broke for us most importantly, Carolina.
Carolina 26-31 was the final score. Cam Newton, 24 of 40, 349 yards, almost 350 yards passing, still, and 2 touchdowns. He was sacked 4 times, but quarterback rating of is it RT? It doesn't matter. So, yeah. Talking about
God.
Guess who the 2 leading receivers were? 8.
Caleb Clay?
It was Olsen and McCaffrey.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, how many catches did Caleb Clay have?
3 for 32.
Hey, Anthony, you know after that season, you know where Caleb Clay went?
Hopefully home.
The CFL.
Yeah, his judging by this, his receivers were Greg Olsen, okay. Chris McCaffrey, okay. They're not really a receiver, but he's a receiving back, so yeah, okay. Funchess, Clay, Burson, Shepard, Dixon.
Hey, what the fuck happened to Brenton Burson after that? Did anybody else hear from him? He fucking went off the radar. Is he bagging groceries? Heard that fucker's at Harris Teeter bagging fucking groceries. So let me get this straight. Kalen Clay's in fucking Canada. This motherfucker Brent Burse is cutting up fucking roast beef at fucking Harris Teeter. What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah. Man, I really wish.
So
I really wish someone.
It's an honest conversation. It's not me being unrealistic because what was unrealistic? What the fuck I said. What the fuck has happened to Devin Funchess? Where the fuck is he? He's been signed with 2 or 3 different teams. Yeah, he's been signed. And they're the Pete. Kalen Clay is in Canada. Ted Ginn, we fucking created Ted Ginn as a wide receiver. I mean, he was signed primarily to other teams as a kick returner and punt returner.
Yeah.
So Philly Brown, where the fuck did he go after that? Went to Buffalo,
Philly.
where he was shortly fucking cut and then went back home.
No,
you're good. No, I did like that. Kelvin Benjamin, what happened after he left Carolina?
He got fat.
Fuck.
No, what it is, he got called out on the main stage. Cam Newton face to face, mano a mano. We're gonna brawl right here. Remember that? Cam walking up to you. Hold on. Wait, me and you gonna talk, baby. Thomas Davis. Hey, Tom.
Yeah, he's like, whoa.
Hey, Tom, you go ahead and back up a little bit. Me and Kelvin got something to say to each other. Hey, it's a man's right there. And go watch that interview with Brittany Reiner. You can't tell me that she didn't want Cam. He may want her too. He's a man. She's a good-looking lady. But you can't tell me that Cam didn't want his sweet,
you can't
sweet
blame
body.
that man for not wanting to be in a motherfucking book.
Hey, but he read hers though. He read her book. Spark Note.
Spark Notes.
It was like
he fucking leaned back when he said that shit. Spark Notes.
It actually is a good interview. You should watch it. It's not nothing about football. It's like life. So it's pretty good interview, and he kept it funky.
Oh, he don't care about life. All he cares about is himself, Anthony. That's how.
You're right.
You're
right. You should have saw what he was wearing.
First thing people say.
So selfish.
You know what it is? It's kind of like it's like one of those things where people get mad because they can't rock it. I damn sure can't rock it, but I'm not fucking mad. Name another motherfucker that can pull off what Cam pulls off.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
Yeah, you're right.
Don't try it. Don't try it. Don't fucking try to throw me some bullshit. So I don't know, sir.
Maybe
I'll kind of lay my.
Hey, Conor McGregor.
Oh yeah, I mean those guys can pull off practically any look, man, and kill it. So, but I don't know. We haven't got a call, man. So we've kind of stated our cases. There's a lot of food left on the table, but I don't mind getting seconds and thirds.
Even if you call in and just ask a question and hang up, or bring up a subject and hang up, that kind of thing. That'll be fine. We're all right. Or bring up another subject. Bring up your thoughts. It's cool with us. On this one, we would like to have at least one call. It don't have to be controversial. You can call in and agree with it. Say, hey, I agree with everything you say. Good luck, boys. You're two handsome gentlemen, and then hang up. That'd make me feel good.
Me too. Fuck. Everybody needs an end compliment every once in a while.
Yeah. Come on. So
I don't know. Fuck. Five. doing my Jason Brown. Fact, man.
That's kind of.
That's kind of.
Shout out to Coach JB from Independence, Kansas.
I'll die on this hill, Anthony. I'll die on this fucking bridge.
I wonder what he thinks, because he's a quarterback's guy. He's a quarterback's minded. And he was a quarterback.
We could probably have to call him one day. Probably pay him for a cameo and let him.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
I honestly think he's a fucking great player. Motherfuckers don't like say talks. Say talks. I might do that one day. I wonder how much he charges for a cameo. I'll pay him like $10 like just to hear his opinion.
Yeah. It might be more than that. Who knows? But
he's made it big time.
Yeah, I wonder what he thinks of Cam Newton, because I've heard him on his Instagram cuss Patrick Mahomes. So
you got this motherfucker trying to know like a fucking football. What the fuck? You know, that's how it sounds like he's like biting his tongue and stuff. Motherfucker.
I can only imagine what he thinks of Matt Rule. Good Lord. And the whole Carolina Institute.
Probably mad because he wants that job. I don't blame him.
I'll take him. At least we get the real of it.
Exactly. It's the fucking real, JB. Tighten up.
It won't be. I gotta watch tape. I gotta watch tape.
Man, back to play good, man.
Yeah.
He'd probably be the most fine. He'd probably get fined the most money.
Oh yeah. for sure.
And you couldn't mic him up. You couldn't mic him up.
Oh no, it'd just be
Hell
a
no.
beep. It'd be a beep the whole time. So
But
I don't know, man. Uh, Man, I tell you, I really like to read people's minds. I'd like to have people call in, but I don't know. Maybe we scared them away. Maybe we have too good of points. Maybe we don't have good enough points. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what it is.
maybe we're just imbeciles and people just look down on us. I don't know.
Don't be scared, homie. As DS says. So we won't double team you. I promise. We won't double team whatever you gotta say. We I don't know. I don't know what to say. But circling back to the original thing, at one point we had 8 viewers, and they said, "I'm getting up out of here. I don't want to hear about no Cam Newton." So
But
I give you guys another 10 minutes, something like that, and I'll close up the phone lines, and we'll close up this subject. We'll visit again. Don't worry, because we're gonna review old Super Bowl 50, and we're gonna show you, and we're gonna prove to you, it was not all his fault. Not even 25% of it.
So just want to close you. I just want to get a general consensus as to why so much hate
Yeah,
is given.
so much. And is it race? Is it what do you see that we don't? Because the only thing I can put my finger on is race, or Cam is more outspoken than Burrow. He says more things, but it calls for a difference to treat him different, to blame him more for a Super Bowl loss. Joe Burrow lost just like he did. And he had more to work with.
Like because Cam didn't smoke a cigar during the college football championship game post ceremony. Cam didn't start smoking cigars till he got in the league. That's what it was.
Someone says gas is $3.50. And you know whose fault that is? That's Cam Newton's fault. all Cam's fault for sure.
Oh man, shit's funny as hell to me.
So I don't know, man. What is there any other reason? What are some of the reasons?
I really can't. Outspokenness and race are just two things that I think play a role, man.
Yeah.
But outspokenness, I mean, it's not unwarranted. I mean, you want your quarterback to be vocal. You want your quarterback. That's who you fucking play behind. That's who you play for. Is like not only the team, of course, but play for your quarterback, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it gives his team. When I see my quarterback having fun playing football, that makes me want to play a lot more. Play a lot more at the next level because I want to have fucking fun too. I want to dance in the end zone.
Yeah.
I want to have fun in the press conference. I want to have fun during playoffs and all that stuff, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, we won't ever get a clear cut answer just because people won't. We're gonna hear this response, and I swear to God, it's probably be the most common response. Cam Newton ain't good enough to be acting like that. I've heard that so many fucking times. That so many times.
Yep.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Now can he constantly do it? Can he constantly take him to the Super Bowl? Because to them he's already broke the mold of having an offensive line and still take him to the Super Bowl. Can he still have a bad offensive line and keep being as consistent as someone like Patrick Mahomes is? But I mean, who knows? But because Cam's already done it, Cam took a team to the Super Bowl with even less. But we got to see in the future what Burrow can do. They've already crowned him. You want to crown him? Then crown his ass. But they've already crowned him. And at the end of the day, Donnie, you've already kind of admitted it. At the end of the day, Joe Burrow probably will be better. He'll definitely be a better
Probably.
passer than Cam. He probably would be better. And when it's all said and done, the chips are
I'm
down.
a realist. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
and one of the benefits of that is not only Joe's talent, man, but it's the things he has around him. Like
yeah, for
he,
sure.
Jamar Chase will be one of the greatest receivers this game's ever seen as long as he can stay healthy. I truly believe that.
Yeah,
I'm not being biased either. I see a lot in his game.
yeah,
See a lot in his game.
for sure, man, sure. But I I do wish for a caller. We'll have a part 2 to this or something. We'll figure it out. We'll do something again and see if we can't get an opinion from somebody, anybody, everybody. I just want to.
We'll be sure. We'll definitely be sure to post this one.
Yeah, maybe we'll
as,
have a battle in the comment section after this. But just for anybody who wants to call in, you're watching this later, watching this now. We're not going to double team you. We're not going to shout you down. We're not going to double team you. We'll let you talk. We'll give it your time. But as long as you give us time too. So
I'm always open to listening. Like I said, I'm a realist. I ain't gonna fucking say that Cam can part water. I'm not putting Cam up there with God because one God.
Cam can heal cancer. Cam can turn McDonald's sweet and sour sauce into Arby's horseradish sauce or something like that. That's not what we're saying. And yes, we do. For those asking, we do know what the inside of his butthole looks like. We know what it looks like. That's why we're defending him so much.
Oh, DeMarco. Bang, bang. That's some funny shit, man.
Who's your favorite quarterback? Bet he couldn't light a torch to Cam Newton's rump. Bet he couldn't. What else you want to compare? You want to compare their sex games? Bet Cam's got that.
Got more kids.
Oh.
My God.
Somebody.
My God almighty.
Yeah. It's funny.
Shit, man.
Yeah.
We're probably gonna have to do a part 2 to this, man, because I do want to kind of put it out there that we're gonna do another part 2 and kind of promote this a little bit too, kind of put things to perspective.
I'm looking at a timer here. We got about 2 more minutes. Let's see what happened. I doubt it, but hey.
How many people we got watching?
3.
You said it was 8. Okay.
Yeah, it was our highest at one point was 8, so we got 3.
They probably heard me taking up a Cam down the pitch, and they're right. I am. I can't deny that fact.
I think I probably need to at the beginning of every live probably share a lot more. That kind of deal. So I was kind of trying to do while you were talking, but phone died. That's the end of it. But yeah, we're
sir?
Yeah, phone died.
Fuck. That's why I kept looking. That's why my screen kept going black because I was checking my battery percentage. I had 17 left.
Well, you know whose fault that is. The phone died. Cam Newton's. So
Cam Newton's. Who else to blame?
Yeah.
The fuck? You crazy? Yeah, anyone else to blame? Are you fucking crazy? Fuck.
Well, anyway, I think we'll close up shop here. Close it up. About 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds, you people. Comment, call in. I don't know. Celebrate.
My hats. They had my fucking hair sensitive. Had to go get another one.
Another one. So, well, it's been fun, man. We got it all out there for people to argue later on, I guess. We'll do it again. People ain't so scared to call. Don't be scared, homie. We ain't gonna jump you.
My God.
It's all good. So I've enjoyed it, sir. I've enjoyed it.
Mr. Phil, we'll get him fighting next time. Nah, definitely, man. I'm looking forward to another one. It's a good conversation to have, man.
Yeah. No,
So,
but that's it, man. That's how we feel about Cam, and we don't like how he was treated. So long live Cam. Let's bring him back, man. Let's bring him back for a little bit of something. See what he can do. So it's all good.
I'm down, man. It'd be perfect to bring him back, man. I mean,
Yeah.
what's there to lose? Especially if you don't draft the quarterback.
Yeah.
Get that left tackle.
Yeah, he can still do it, man. He can do it again. He's gonna prove people wrong. I can feel it.
Just needs a full OTAs, training camp, all that.
Deep down in my plums. So, but hey, those who did join us, as always, we really appreciate it. We appreciate that you joined us for a little while. And don't be afraid to call in anytime. You know, we're not gonna kill you. And even working in TV, when that red light comes on or when you're on center stage, people get real nervous. Don't be nervous here. So,
Secondly, I just want to have a good conversation, you know.
Sure. Yeah. Yep. So, Joe Burrow versus Cam Newton. We're closing this one out. We'll bring it up again. There'll be someone else who does it, and they treat Cam different than they do him. Someone else. So, but we're used to the hate. We'll take the hate. We're Panther fans. We understand it. But
Comes with the territory, man.
Yep. But what comes with it, all that comes with it, we're able to withstand all the hate because that DNA that runs in us. It's black, it's blue. That's the DNA show. Had fun going live, man. As always, enjoyed it.
Absolutely, man.
Great points, great
it was an honor
subject.
Yeah, I mean, some of the stuff we hadn't even spoke about before.
Yeah.
Just because, you know, I mean, it's one of those things that happens in the moment. So,
yeah.
Looking forward to having this conversation again, man. I'm always going to have Cam's back to the end of time. So
always, man. So, and when he does bad, we call him out when he does bad. Like I said, he was the second most. We already kind of did a Super Bowl 50 breakdown, kind of, and yeah, he had mistakes. Yeah, he missed people. He threw wrong. He made wrong decisions. Yeah, but not as much. It wasn't on him. So that's a whole different podcast we'll do one day. So, hey, man, as always, no matter what, just like we tell Cam, just like what Cam said when he came back, and he said, I've always wanted to say this. I've been waiting a long time to say this. Keep pounding. Until you, sir, I say, keep pounding.
Keep pounding.
As always, sir. We'll see you again right here on the DNA Show live. You can always follow us right here on Facebook and YouTube, The Donnie and Anthony Show. Twitter and Instagram at Don Ant Show. We'll see you there.
Appreciate our love and support. Y'all be safe.
As always. Yes, sir. Even if you're not Panther fans, we love you, and that's the end of it. Don't ask again.